Yeah, good morning, fellow gamers. It is I once again, Sire the Risen, back with another Destiny 2 video. Well, I'm gonna try to keep this as quick as possible because basically, as the title says, this is basically about the setup that I'm using and why I think it's one of the best setups. And I'm gonna try to uh, keep it in layman's terms and make it as quick as possible. Basically, what I'm running is the old-fashioned, the wrist runner, and a grenade launcher, which pretty much the worst setup I could have used. Not so much the wrist runner, but the hand cannon, because in this game the whole thing is to bank, kill as many enemies as you can in a quick amount of time, and bank a certain amount of motes as quick as possible. And when you're using a hand cannon, unless you're just one of those marksmen that's constantly hitting headshots, you're gonna be struggling to knock down enemies as quick as possible. Like all this time that I wasted in this situation right here, I could have easily been getting my kills. But as you see, the wrist runner is doing major damage, and that's why I'm saying the wrist runner is probably one of the best setups. I mean, one of the best weapons to use in this game mode. Yeah, if you're one of those that you're going to be raiding the other side, you're going to have problems because the wrist runner is not the Ikilos SMG, it's not the Antelope D, but it does do its damage. And if enemies are damage you and they're within close proximity to each other, you see like this right here, this chain lightning. That's why I'm saying this will knock down is enemies as quick as possible. So all the NPCs, that all you got to do is let just one hit you or just one give you a little bit of damage, and you're going to be able to run through crowds. The first part of this, you really can't see what the weapon does, but for the most part, people already know about the wrist runner, so basically what the trade is, and so that's why I say, and I know a lot of people are going to have their own opinion, but this video is not to get in depth. I'm not trying to make an in-depth video of a game mode that just barely came out. For the people that had a chance to experience at E3, of course they're gonna have a greater knowledge of exactly every mechanic. But I'm not here basically to talk about mechanics. I'm here to tell you how to kill enemies as quick as possible. So, and what I think is probably like the best setup in Gambit if you decide to use it. As far as like being one of those, you're gonna go do the PvP part of it and go to the other side and raid the enemies. I would strongly advise against it. I would leave it to somebody that actually has their weapon set up to do that. But if you're like me and you like a challenge, then yeah, you can pretty much take this to the other side and do what you have to. Like I said, I was barely getting my foot wet. I didn't listen to too many videos about it, so I'm just basically learning the basics of the mechanics. But as you can see, Striker is a beast. So Striker paired with what I had switched my weapons to next in the second half was a shotgun, the perfect paradox. You already know rapid fire shotguns. You can DPS the boss. You can lay down multiple NPCs, or you can just basically like him. See, that's the thing you gotta watch out for. But you certain weapons will benefit you in certain ways in the game. But this is basically a weapon. These are weapons that's gonna benefit you in the entirety of the game, not just certain aspects of it, because you can PvP with a shotgun. People are running around right now using shotguns. So yeah, so basically I'm not gonna say too much else. I'm just gonna say Striker Titan, Insurmountable Skull Force. There's another one, the Doom Marchers, if you can proc the shoulder charge, but it's more about chaining shoulder charges if you have to, especially if you have to one shot the enemy. If you're looking to do mass damage, well, a lot of damage in a certain amount of time, in a short amount of time, then I would run the wrist runner. So my suggestions to you, which you'll see that I use in the second part of this video, will be in my primary slot. I'll be using the perfect paradox rapid fire shotgun. In our second spot, I switched to, well, I kept using the wrist runner, and in my heavy, I think I had switched to my grenade launcher, which you can use. We got a few rocket launchers that have tracking on it, so I've advised it to use that, or maybe something with cluster bombs. But keep in mind when you do get, I think, 75 motes at the end, like if you're able to bank that, you will call out the prime evil. And I would suggest that you save your heavy, and you'll see in the end of the video that I learned the hard way. Save your heavy for the end. Just try to do as much damage with primaries, and once you do that, you can switch up, and then trust me, you'll, like I said, you'll notice at the end of the game what will happen if you do if you choose to just waste all your supers and everything in the beginning. Just save it for the end, and it'll make it a lot easier. But also another trick, there's I'm assuming I'll end up coming with another, class basically, but Golden Gun is not going to be good in this situation. Um, Nova Bomb might be good, but if you're, as far as clearing out ads, you're gonna want to use Stormcaller with the Warlock. With the Hunter, you're gonna want to use the Flux and Arc Strider, and just, yeah, mostly the arc abilities, hammers, Dawnblade is pretty good for killing ads, but as far as like killing them quick, you know what I mean? It's just you're gonna want to use, like I said, Arc Strider, uh, not Dawn's Blade, Stormcaller, and Striker Titan, and then of course they have the certain amount. Well, they have exotics that amplify these abilities. Some bring it on, and then you're going to set your armor uh, accordingly because you got some armor that allow your special abilities to come back a lot faster, for whatever subclass you choose at that time. But like I said, that's basically it. Sorry if I stutter, but basically this is my reason why I believe that this is probably one of the best setups. Perfect Paradox, Risk Runner to clear out all the ads. The Perfect Paradox to do DPS to the boss, and for ads like this where you got to get up on them, rapidly kill them as quick as possible. And if you do that, and a lot of us are quaying in solo. So if you're able to do that, you're probably gonna win. Keep in mind the mode is new, so there's a lot of things that you will be able to try. But from my opinion, like I said, you'll see in the second part exactly how many ads I clear out using the Risk Runner, and that's basically it. On that note, you enjoy the rest of your day. I will be streaming Gambit a little later, but I'm about to go to the movies and watch The Nun. So, yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm out. Late.
Opposing team, keep it up. The rest of you, fight harder. Transmat ready. Keep it up, brother. Hostiles called the heavy hitters. Incoming wave at the ruins. Hostiles inbound at the beach. You just airdropped a taken phalanx to the other side. Nice. Hostiles at the trees. High value target. Burn it down. Small blocker to the other side. Portals up. Go look them in the eyes. Your allies invading. You're invading. Incoming wave at the ruins. Hostiles at the trees. Watch your back. Invader incoming. Oh Lord! Bank and get that primeval out there. Invader's gone. Get him next time. Go take him out. Watch your back. Invader incoming. You're invading. Make a mess. One down. Ten seconds left. Gotcha. I'm bringing you back. Invaders out. You'll get them next time. You're close. Fill the bank, you get a primeval. Wave at the ruins. Opposing team summoned the primeval. If they kill it, they win. Portals up. Go look.